What do you dislike about this team? They win close games. They play well. Yeah, you think they may get a favorable whistle, probably because just like Duke in college basketball, look at how many years people complain that the Canadians would get the whistle in hockey when they were going through their great team, or the Edmonton Oilers teams of Gretzky, because their guys are a little bit better than your guys, and they end up drawing more infractions. So it does bother me a bit. There's no fatigue for me. I love seeing greatness. I'm blessed that I lived during the era of Tiger Woods and Serena Williams and Kobe Bryant and Wayne Gretzky and the best of the best in their sport. And if Patrick Mahomes and these Chiefs are part of the best, and I'm living through it, I'm lucky. So I'm not complaining about that. I'm reveling in it.
Mike Tirico on the idea of Chiefs fatigue. A couple good points in there and a couple points, Joe, that I don't really have anything for. Like, it's not the same as Tiger Woods. It's not the same as Serena Williams. Is it Kobe? Sure, it's similar. The Lakers, of course, did not have a dynasty during Kobe. Right?
No.
They had some championships.
The only thing in the NBA that compares to this has got to be Jordan
Bulls.
Or I guess LeBron did go to the finals 8 years in a row.
Sure.
So, that's kind of close.
Right. I guess the very, very simple answer to Mike Tirico here, who I love Mike Tirico, Syracuse grad. Grew up watching him at Channel 3 in Syracuse. Anyway, if you don't care who wins, then yeah, it's just fine to appreciate that. But, Mike, I mean, some of us like other teams.
Yeah.
In fact, most people like other teams. Every time I hear somebody say, you should be appreciating greatness, like, what?
Uh-huh.
What are you talking? Get out of here.
Well, can we do both? Can we appreciate greatness and also hate their guts?
Yes.
Like, that's kind of where I fall. I appreciate how great Mahomes is, Kelsey is, and I think Andy Reid, I'm ready to say next week at some point, and Super Bowl week, that he is going to catch Belichick. He's the greatest coach ever. Belichick has that. I can't get over that his record without Brady. He's got 9 seasons worth of coaching in the league, and he's like Rex Ryan's win percentage or worse.
And Andy Reid has success with multiple franchises, quarterbacks, everything.
What's his record without Mahomes? It's probably amazing.
It's very good.
He hasn't won a Super Bowl without him, but he's won. So, but you can still hate them. I wonder if the Chiefs fatigue also is AFC fans, everyone's got their fan base, everybody's fan of somebody, and they have beaten everybody, right? Look at, they've beaten, obviously a Bills fan is sick of them because they've beaten them a bunch. A Ravens fan is sick of them because they've beaten Baltimore in the postseason.
The AFC West is sick of them.
The AFC West is sick of them because they're in the division, right?
They've knocked Houston out twice.
Twice they've knocked Houston out. They knocked the Dolphins out last year in the AFC East. They've knocked Cleveland out. Cleveland made it to the second round. That's as far as they've ever made it. They got rid of them, and that was with Mahomes went out of that game, right? That's Chad Henne comes in. They've knocked Jacksonville out of the playoffs. They've knocked Cincinnati out of the playoffs. They've knocked Pittsburgh out of the playoffs. The Titans, the only team in the AFC. There are 2 teams not in their division that they haven't knocked out of the playoffs, and that's New England and the New York Jets. Every other fan base has had this team stand in their way. So, of course, all of them are going to be like, yeah, I'm sick of them.
Right. Asking an impartial person, Mike Tirico, are you tired of them? No. What is he going to say? Yes? He's on the broadcast for a lot of these games.
Yeah, I don't think he could say yes.
Exactly. It's the same thing as Brady. When, at the end, I was dead tired of Brady. Can you believe he's done it again? I can definitely believe that he's done it again. And I'd really love it if someone else did it. And then someone else started to do it. Now he's the only one that does it.
And I know.
How about that? Is there a point in here about just dynasty fatigue? We just got done with one. One guy left, and he's been immediately replaced.
Yeah, I agree. That's the best point, I think, is that we didn't get a break in between. It was right
Matthew
from one to the other.
It was Matthew Stafford, one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. The Brady era's over. Here's Stafford winning one. Okay, now it's all Mahomes from here. Cool. Good times.
Yeah. Well, because when I hear him list out all those other dynasties, I too try to figure out, for me, I think it's easy. We're just, the Bills. That's the reason why it's totally different because...
Right. Why are the Lakers not bothering you? Why is Kobe not bothering you?
Right.
Because you're NBA... You're a Nuggets fan, but, how seriously?
Yeah, no, not enough to, hate them for it. Because, like, when I hear, okay, Tiger, love Tiger. Like, love when Tiger is running through the sport. I love that. The Warriors, sure, I, like, kind of had fun rooting against them when Durant got there. But when they were running roughshod over the league the way they were, that was awesome. Like, they were the best. They had won, and I still wanted to see them do well and succeed.
And
they
there
were
were plenty
fun.
of people that hated them and hated Draymond and hated, like, there are plenty of people that hated them.
But not well, maybe it is. Maybe, again, too close to the sun here to see behind it that maybe it is the same, because it doesn't feel to me like the Warriors, it was more split. Like, oh, I hate Draymond, but at the same time, somebody like, man, watching Steph, and they're so likable at the same time. And I don't hear any of that about Kansas City from any corner of the country.
How about this? Let's like step out and look at teams that have been dominant over eras. Yankee fans and people that hated the Yankees. All right, all you Yankee fans out there, don't you feel like people have really softened on how much they hate the Yankees in the last 10 years? Because I do.
Sure.
I have. I hated them when they were winning all the time, and now they don't win all the time, and it's fine.
It's
fine.
It's more funny to laugh at them than it is like
even if you're not even doing that. I hated the Bernie Williams, Paul O'Neill, Scott Brocious Yankees with the intensity of 1,000 Suns. It's because they won all the time, and I wanted someone else to win. Mm-hmm. And now the Yankees don't win all the time. No. And when they win a game or a series, I'm like, oh, cool, that's fine.
Now their co-owners out complaining that the Dodgers spend too much money.
Yeah.
The New York Yankees are complaining that another team is spending too much money, by the way.
So I don't think anybody should be too surprised about any sort of dynasty fatigue. I mean, it's very, it's even the Patriots. Brady missed a year. It was 1 year. It was 1 year. It was the Wild West. Jordan retired for 2 years.
Yeah,
right? You had a window in there for Olajuwon and the Rockets. So Brady retired for a couple years.
Brady in New England, in this context, like making every Super Bowl, they disappeared for a decade.
They missed 10 Super Bowls in a row.
They didn't. They made the two Giants ones, right? But and they lost them both. So over the course of, how long did that go? They went from, because they had that second version of them between 2005 and 2014. So that's a 9-year stretch. They reached 2 Super Bowls and lost them both. Like, they gave us a little. Sure, they were great the whole time. They were on TV all the time. They did. And
in there was a 17-0 season that was fun and different and worth chasing.
But they weren't in every AFC Championship game. Like 2005, they lose in the divisional round. The next year, they're at the Colts in the AFC Championship. 2008, they missed the playoffs. 2009, they lose in the wild card. 2010, they lose in the divisional round. They at least mixed in these seasons where they're not just right there at the end every single year. And maybe that'll happen to the Chiefs too, but I mean, we're 7 years in now, right? We're almost a decade into this thing, and they haven't left us alone.